Hi, this is Ginger Lumen back talking with you about our Moving the Needle conference. A question for you. What is the role that businesses have in helping to heal trauma and solve poverty? That's a question that we are going to be asked by Damon Young, who's joining me here today. Hey, Damon, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Damon's going to be one of our presenters at the Moving the Needle conference, October 8th and 9th in Wichita, Kansas. And Damon, talk to us. What are you going to tell us for your answer? What gets you excited about this topic?
Well, good news. I've got it all figured out. We're going to just solve the problem, right? No, I'm going to ask a lot of questions because I think these are really important questions that we're wrestling with, and that how do we move the needle? How do we affect change for our employees, for our friends, for our relatives, for the people that are dealing with different aspects of poverty? So I think where we'll start probably in the session, and how I would answer your question initially, is we need to understand all the different aspects of poverty. I think, how can we possibly move the needle? How can we possibly solve or make progress if we don't understand the complexity of what all of the resources that a person's missing are? So how we've approached it is we've understood the definition of poverty to be a lack of resources. So the core issue is what is in the way of a person accessing these resources, whether they be financial or mental health or spiritual or physical or relationships and role models or whatever the resource that they need is. So the business's role is to provide resources, and then to provide good access to the resources that we can't provide well, then to provide resources. So I think it's one, to understand that this is a complex issue, and a person is going to be the whole person, to have that picture of a whole person, and to understand that we can move the needle. As an employer, I don't think we can move the needle on, say there was 10 aspects of resources that a person needs to be a fully thriving and healthy person. As an employer, we're not going to move the needle on 10. We can hope to move the needle maybe on 2 or 3. And so that's what we're going to dive into on the session, is really what are those 2 or 3 that we see as an employer that we can make progress on? And then how can we partner with others like your group and the people that we'll network with and meet at the conference to move the needle on the others?
I love it. So what are our participants, when they come to your session, what are they going to walk away with in their hands or their hearts or their minds when they go back home?
I think they're going to walk away with probably 2 things. They're going to hear a story about some people in business who decided to line up their heart and their minds and their checkbooks and get those things aligned. And that this story of trying to make progress on this, it is a heart issue, but it's also an economic issue. That if we can move the needle and we can make progress with our employees, what we believe is that it will make progress with their kids and their kids' kids, and it will affect across the board. It will help us make progress as a community. So I think hopefully they'll be inspired, because they'll hear a story of some folks who decided to try this in a roofing company, to try to integrate a poverty map, who tried to integrate leadership training, who've tried to integrate entrepreneurship classes, who've tried to do a lot. I'll tell them a lot about our experiments that we've done, and hopefully if they're an employer, maybe they'll take away some of those ideas. So I think they'll have a few resources, but I think also that we hope that they'll be inspired that there's folks out there doing this. And I'm selfish. I hope to find others that are doing it. So I have skin in the game that I want to find out who else is working on this so I can learn from them and we can get better at it.
That sounds awesome, Damon. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yep.
Folks, if you want to hear more from Damon, make sure you check out movingtheneedle.esdac.org and get yourself to Wichita, Kansas, October 8th and 9th. Thanks for being here, Damon.
Yep, thank you.